everybody, my name is Dave. Thank you so much for waiting patiently on another video. I know I've taken so long to make another video. I have been extremely busy on many things, and even including making my own webcomic. So anyways, I have been getting a ton of requests to go over Chuck's video. Now this is regarding Chuck's new 52 Superman versus Cooler. In the end, the video was concluded that Cooler would win the fight more than likely. But we're going to go over this video, and I'm just going to go over what exactly Chuck went over, and I want to give my own opinion on the matter. Now, I want to make something very clear. I do not want to imply or give the impression that I hate Chuck or any other DBC YouTuber out there. This is just solely on the content on New 52. So for anybody that is watching this video, just so you guys know that I enjoy watching or making this video. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Albeit the new 52 Superman might not be as powerful as Silver Age, the one who blew away an entire solar system by sneezing, he is definitely quite capable of holding his own against Dragon Ball Z characters. The majority of his feats are usually in those planetary ranges.
Now believe me when I say this, New 52 Superman feats are way above the planetary ranges. There's a ton of videos I made even before this video, so if you guys are more curious about this, just watch over his mid-feats videos. But regardless, let's continue.
So Clark has stated that exploding stars are really no big deal to him, but that is really ambiguous for a couple of reasons. So for one, how many stars can you really endure? Like 2? 100? 1,000? I mean, who really knows? But we do get some clarification going by this next statement.
Now when Superman stated this, he isn't necessarily exaggerating. I know it is a very vague statement, and usually it is when it comes to comics. But when it comes to scaling, there's a lot of feats that support Superman's statement. Now I know Chuck has mentioned Supergirl's feat versus Cyborg, and definitely it's one of the feats that exist, but there are also a ton of feats that support even New 52 Superman being above that. So now we're going to go over some feats regarding through scaling, going over when New 52 Superman fought an Underground Warrior. Now in the narration, you can see that Superman said that he has defeated Death Gods and tamed Sun Eaters. Now this is something that he is comparing to the Underground Warrior that he is behind. Now this is something that's really big because we don't know what Death Gods Superman was referring to. There are a lot of Death Gods in the DC universe. So for a low ball, which is going to stick to the Sun Eater, that it is comparable to a Sun Eater for the Underground Warrior. Now when Superman did an x-ray on this guy, he literally saw how dense his muscles were, and he considered him to be a workout. Now this Underground Warrior, who is around the star level to even a Death God, Superman considered him to be a workout if he was going to fight him. This kind of proves in scaling that New 52 Superman could actually fight star level beings. This is something that Superman can do casually. Let's keep that in mind. Another scaling would be when Superman fought toe-to-toe against Hellspawn. Now Hellspawn stated that he could destroy or torn stars apart with his bare hands. Now this is something that puts him on the multi-star level, and Superman fought him toe-to-toe. This is something that it is confirmed in the DC Encyclopedia that Superman and Hellspawn, their fight together were inconclusive. But there are even more comics that confirm that Hellspawn even stated that he couldn't take over Earth due to the Man of Steel, due to Superman, because it was because of him that literally stopped him from doing so. So now we could see that Superman has been fighting star level beings throughout his comics through scaling. I know this is just statements, and people sometimes would rather see a feat rather than a statement, but sometimes you have to do some good scalings to get a good level of feat. Now, speaking of feats, there is another one where, I don't know if you remember guys, when I talked about Superman tanking several red stars on his face while intoxicated by the Joker virus. Now in one of my previous videos I have elaborated how big this feat is, how this is a multi-star level feat. But also I have not covered an attack potency level where Superman actually with his heat vision was able to destroy those red sun stars on the hand of the Justice Buster. Once again, this is a very casual Superman that is destroying the Justice Buster, who was created inside the core of the sun, and it is equipped with red stars, and Superman just casually destroyed all of that. So this should be enough sufficient evidence that supports that Superman could fight on the multi-star level area. Now let's go over more in the video regarding chucks on black holes.
And on top of that, Superman was also able to endure a black hole without heavy injury. And yeah, black holes are generally unquantifiable, but going by those two statements, we can at least scale them to be supernova level.
The black hole that Superman went into is not on a supernova level. Every single black hole out there in the universe are very different. You cannot treat every single black hole as a supernova level, although I know you did not say that. Every black hole is measured by solar masses. Now, what do I mean by solar masses? For those of you that don't understand, okay, black holes are, think of it this way, concentrated energy. They are very concentrated infinitely, right? Their gravitational pull is infinite, pulled to the very center, which is called a singularity. Now, I know there's a lot of theories of what's going on within a singularity, but we're just gonna go over what is measured. Many black holes have several suns squeeze into this area. Now this is a measurement, not necessarily suns, okay? Black holes suck anything from light to mass, anything else out there. But when it's condensed, it is one giant energy ball that it's in the very center of the singularity. Now that being said, the one that Superman went into puts him way above Cooler. Cooler doesn't have that type of durability. Although we have to reject the infinite gravitational pull because obviously no one is infinite. So we're gonna have to go over solar masses. This is just a low ball when we do black holes.
Now, unlike his other incarnations, the new 52 Superman actually has a solar flare ability which allows him to basically expel energy all around him, kind of like an explosive wave. Unfortunately, this does actually leave him powerless, but he can use that as a last resort if he really needs.
There is actually one important factor that needs to be considered when we talk about the solar flare. Now, a lot of people don't really understand this or know about this. This is something that Superman stated himself. I remember your debate with All Sunday, and you said that destroying Galactic Golem is a supernova level. And that's something that I just wonder where'd you get that information from or what you based that off from. Although I do agree that there is nothing, no information, nothing, no guide stating anything about Galactic Golem, there is still information that we could use to say how powerful the solar flare is. Now, like I said, Superman stated that his solar flare in comparison to his heat vision are 1,000 times more powerful. Now, keep in mind, 1,000 is pluralized. In this occasion that I'm going to use, I'm going to just do 1,000 just for the simple math. Now, Superman's heat vision at very max power was able to penetrate Brainiac's ship, who was also able to go inside of a black hole still being intact. It wasn't completely destroyed. So, for that to happen, Superman's attack potency in his heat vision was the same level as around 34 million supernovas. Now, imagine scaling that off to his statement 1,000, right? Even though I'm lowballing it, 1,000 will make him even stronger than that. So his solar flare logically will be even 1,000 times stronger than that. Now, that's a lot of energy for someone like Cooler that hasn't survived inside or going to the sun. Now, there is also another feat where we could use where Superman traveled across the universe going back to Earth 60 days. Now, I know you made your own calculations, and I know you made your own speed feat regarding on that, but you got to understand that DC's universes are very big in comparison to our universes. There are statements that support that DC's universes are thousands of times bigger than ours. Now, Superman traveled across the universe for 60 days. The kinetic energy required for him to fly at this speed will put him at the solar system level. Kinetic energy being produced at the solar system level. Superman was producing that energy for 60 days going back to Earth. This is energy in his reserve while weakened. And I haven't even come close to fully explaining how powerful the solar flare is. There's still more information that I need to unveil in this videos, but as of right now, Superman's solar flare will definitely destroy Cooler in one hit. Now, I know this is just a calculation. Well, you have your own calculations as well, so we cannot reject calculations if there are fans or coming from fans. And even then, if you want to say that these feats put Superman highball, No, there's a lot of more feats out there that make these feats very little. Superman does have universal to multiversal feats, and they're pretty up there. There's a lot of them actually for New 52. But that's just for me to unveil in the future. But as of right now, I'm only using mid feats. I'm only using feats that are like in the very middle of everything. So, just to conclude in this video, guys, I don't believe that Cooler is not even going to be able to touch Superman. I already proven that there's a lot of energy that Superman has within himself, and he has a lot of feats to support his attack potency. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Chuck, thank you. I really like the video that you made, but at the same time, I feel that it is very wrong of New 52 losing against Cooler. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I know I said that I was going to make a video regarding about art, but I did not complete it. So that's going to be my next video regarding about my webcomic, about all the stuff that I had to do in order to make that webcomic. So for those of you that like art. So again, guys, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for waiting for this video. I know I've been lagging. Thanks again. Until next time.